Broadcasting live from the studios of World Dairy Expo in Madison, Wisconsin, USA. This is WXPO News.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to WXPO News at 9 on this Thursday, October 5th. I'm Kristen Olson. Here's what's coming up on today's show. A Wisconsin cow was named Grand Champion of yesterday's International Milking Shorthorn Show. We'll share highlights. The end of an era. For more than 35 years, cows, exhibitors, and spectators alike have been serenaded by the musical talents of Mike Ashworth. As World Dairy Expo completed its 50th anniversary celebrations in 2016, it also meant the changing of the guard. More on Mike's career and the new face in the Coliseum ahead. And the spotlight on Madison. As thousands of out-of-town guests from across the country and around the world come to Madison, we'll hear from the city's Convention and Visitors Bureau to learn how they prepare to help make Madison everyone's home away from home this first week in October. But first, Eichler's MD Blanche ET, owned by Peter Vale and Hill Point Partners of Cross Plains, Wisconsin, was named Grand Champion Female in the International Milking Shorthorn Show yesterday on the Colored Shavings. The junior 3-year-old was also named Intermediate Champion Female and received the $1,000 Utter Comfort Grand Champion Cash Award. Elrond Megadeth Waveland XET, owned by Hallie Grunwald of Lost Nation, Iowa, was awarded Reserve Grand Champion Female for the second year in a row, after placing first in the 5-year-old cow class and being named Senior Champion Female. Meanwhile, in the International Milking Shorthorn Junior Show, Maple Fudge of 12 Oaks took back-to-back top honors as Grand Champion. Owned by Colton and Ashley Brandel of Lake Mills, Wisconsin, she earned the $500 Utter Comfort Grand Champion Cash Award and the Lillian and Keith King and Jim King Grand Champion Junior Award for the second year in a row. Maple Fudge was the winning junior 3-year-old and proceeded to be named the Intermediate Champion of the show before claiming Grand Champion honors. Reserve Grand Champion and Senior Champion of the Junior Show went to the winning age cow, Innisfail RO Lady 906 EXP, owned by Lindsay Clark of GMC Farm in Cornish Flat, New Hampshire. She took home the Lillian and Keith King and Jim King Reserve Grand Champion Junior Show Award. Judges of the 2017 International Milking Shorthorn Show were Jack LeMayo Jr. of Herman, New York, and Associate Judge Simone Lalande of St. Placid, Quebec, Canada. The team placed 204 total head. Well, for nearly 40 years, accordion music has been known as the soundtrack of the show ring, as local musician Mike Ashworth entertained dairy enthusiasts around the globe. Mike has many fond memories of the show, including meeting his wife of 37 years. As World Dairy Expo celebrated its 50th anniversary in 2016, a new chapter has begun in the show ring with the changing of the guard for musical entertainment, with James Brown taking the reins after being carefully selected by Ashworth. Brown is excited about this opportunity and has spent more than 80 hours preparing for the show thus far. Brown is one of the area's top players and is very well respected in the music community. In his farewell message, Mike Ashworth shared these words: "It has truly been an honor to have played for all of the people of Expo, from the cattle exhibitors to the commercial exhibitors, from the staff and volunteers to the judges. And we can't forget the thousands of people that come to visit Expo each year and take part in all of the great things it has to offer. Not only the dairy industry, but our state and community. Thank you for the chance to partake in this great show. I am so proud to have been part of it for so many years." Mike will certainly be missed. Coming up on WXPO News, we'll hear from the Greater Madison Convention and Visitors Bureau and learn how the city prepares to welcome guests from around the globe. We'll be right back.
The latest innovation is the Magellan Active Alley Flooring. The Magellan rubber flooring is an innovative solution for drainage and removal of the liquids in the alleys. The future lies in understanding animal needs. Innovation is dedicated to solutions and to the profitability of cattle rearing.
The future of dairy health is here with a new portfolio that's more comprehensive than ever. Proven products like Bovacalc, Polymast, Today, Zactran, and Epronex. Stop by Beringer Ingelheim, booths 2806 to 2809 to get your free Epronex beanie while supplies last. And don't forget to enter for your chance to win a pellet grill from Yoder Smokers.
Welcome back. As thousands of visitors from around the globe come to Madison, local restaurants, hotels, businesses, and residents roll out the red carpet for the global dairy community. We caught up with Diane Morgenthaler, Executive Vice President of the Greater Madison Convention and Visitors Bureau, to learn more.
The Greater Madison Convention and Visitors Bureau is an economic development entity, and we aren't a bricks and mortar entity. We drive economic development by bringing conventions and events to our community. Visitors who are coming for Expo really feel like Madison is embracing them, as we are. We are at the heart of a really wonderful agricultural state. That's part of our history and tradition, and Expo just brings that history and tradition to life for us. So for us, it's like being at home when Expo is here. It's part of who we are, and I think that's one of the reasons why we really are supporting Expo and really love having it here in Madison. We love seeing all of the people come from all over the states and all over the world to Madison to share what we love, which is our community. But we also love having them, having the opportunity as community members to go experience Expo, to really stay in touch with the dairy industry and what's going on in the dairy industry, to be able to greet the guests personally, and to be able to really just, again, relive our heritage, because that is a great part of our heritage here in the state of Wisconsin. Welcome to everyone who's coming for World Dairy Expo. We love having you here, and we hope you enjoy your time in Madison.
Well, certainly World Dairy Expo would not be possible without the strong support and planning from its leadership team and hundreds of volunteers. With us right now is Al Deming, President of the World Dairy Expo Board of Directors. Al, welcome.
Thank you.
So we're coming off of the 50th anniversary celebration, and what a celebration it was in 2016. But share with our viewers what we have in store for this year to set the bar even higher.
Well, this year is another very, very exciting year at World Dairy Expo. You know, everybody had kind of the impression that perhaps things would go downward a little bit or whatever after the big gala event of last year. But I'm very happy to announce that things are not that way at all. We have so much to show people here at World Dairy Expo this year. Our cattle numbers are off just 3%, which after the big Ayrshire World conference that they had and things like that, that's about all that we are down. So certainly a lot of cattle for people to exhibit here, and certainly our commercial area, we have 884 companies represented here, and certainly from around the world in several different countries, several provinces of Canada, and 42 of the states here in the US. So certainly a lot of technology in those booths, a lot of things for people in agriculture to view of the new horizons and things that are coming in the future.
And you mentioned that trade show number. It's a record-setting number, and we've seen other records broken already in the first few days of World Dairy Expo. Can you expand for us?
We are very, very excited about the youth activities and how that has grown here at World Dairy Expo. It started on Sunday with our youth fitting competition, where we had 24 contestants, the most that we have ever had in that area. We did split that up into both the girls and guys area, and I think that has helped to have that contest grow. And then we went right into our first show, which is the Junior Holstein Show, and that show was up 14% over a year ago, and it is the largest show that we ever had in the whole history of World Dairy Expo. This youth involvement is very, very exciting to us. Tonight will be the youth showmanship, and from what I have seen upstairs in the Coliseum with the entries, that is going to be another great, great event too this evening. We're really, really excited about youth activity. They are the future of our dairy industry. We're excited to have so many of them here at World Dairy Expo. There's other things that have really, really blossomed and bloomed here. Yesterday at noon, I had an opportunity to participate in the Forage Analysis Super Bowl. That contest more than doubled this year. They had 1,066 entries into that. It was more than double what it was the previous year. We thank our seed corn dealers and all of those that helped to encourage people to be a part of that. But certainly a lot of these events just continue to grow and grow here at World Dairy Expo, and we're very, very excited, and people have so much to witness and to view while they're here.
And you mentioned our youth. What are some of the other opportunities for some of our adults? We're really enhancing the attendee experience here at Expo.
Yes, there are so many educational seminars and things like that going on to help our adults that want to prosper and find out new information and new technology. We have several seminars. We have virtual tours where they can get to see how other operators that are very successful run their organizations and their farms. So along with the cattle show, the education, the opportunity to visit all of the commercial exhibiting booths, there's also that family atmosphere that's here at World Dairy Expo and what we're so famous for. And our forefathers really strive to have this be a very festive family activity. And certainly there are all those opportunities to communicate with other producers. Our new tan bark pub style restaurant that we have here is getting a lot of attention. They've got great sandwiches in there, a relaxed atmosphere, couches for people to sit on and actually watch what's going on in the Coliseum while they talk and do commerce and things like that there at the Tan Bark. A really nice addition to World Dairy Expo.
And your wife said she enjoyed the brisket, correct?
Yes. Yep. Well, I ate at the forage luncheon. She had not had an opportunity, and I hadn't had an opportunity to get into the Tan Bark. So we stopped there yesterday early afternoon. She had the brisket sandwich, and I couldn't resist. I had to have a cup of the beer cheese soup, and that was excellent as well. But a very nice event to add and to make it just a better ambiance here at World Dairy Expo, and it's really a new, exciting venture that World Dairy Expo has gone into.
As we look to the next 51 years, what do you see as the most exciting opportunity for World Dairy Expo?
I'm glad you asked that, because this past year we spent a great deal of time on strategic planning. It started actually before the 50th anniversary with picking of facilitators, and then right after Expo was over, we put together a steering committee. Then in December involved our Dairy Cattle Committee, our Exhibitors Committee, and our full board, all into discussions about what were the good things of World Dairy Expo, what things might be changing, what things do you see us adding, subtracting as we move on to the next 5 years. After going through a very detailed thing, we then brought in 50 stakeholders in early March to get more input, and then put that all together and put together the long-range plans in different pillars. I won't go through each and every pillar, but I'll tell you that we're putting a lot of emphasis on education for our youth, technology, as this is a technology-changing industry year after year, and to keep up with that. We're looking at ways as our industry changes and we get larger operators that maybe don't want to travel through a trade show. We're looking at ways to bring their next mid-level managers here to World Dairy Expo on perhaps a theme day or something like that to encourage their participation, to make sure that they get the advantage of visiting all of the booths and things we have here. From our dairy cattle exhibitors and from the general public, maybe one of the things that surprised me but excited me is how much people want this to stay a family place, a vacation place. A lot of our dairy producers use World Dairy Expo as their vacation away from the farm. And they want to make sure that we keep this as a festive atmosphere, an atmosphere where they can renew friendships, get new friendships. So we are trying to keep all of those things going while still giving the opportunity for new technology, new learning, and new opportunities for our youth.
Well, Al, thank you for spending some time with us. I know you're on your way to the International Brown Swiss Show up next, and we look forward to seeing you throughout the rest of the week.
Thank you for the opportunity. And the nice thing about World Dairy Expo is we have all of those volunteers that help us out. Our dedicated staff like you and the other people from staff working with 400 to 500 volunteers is what makes World Dairy Expo the success and the must-attend global dairy event in the world.
Certainly.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks again, Al. When we come back, David Jones will break down your daily markets.
The latest innovation is the Magellan Active Alley Flooring. The Magellan rubber flooring is an innovative solution for drainage and removal of the liquids in the alleys. The future lies in understanding animal needs. Innovation is dedicated to solutions and to the profitability of cattle rearing.
The future of dairy health is here with a new portfolio that's more comprehensive than ever. Proven products like Bovacalc, Polymast, Today, Zactran, and Epronex. Stop by Beringer Ingelheim, booths 2806 to 2809 to get your free Epronex beanie while supplies last. And don't forget to enter for your chance to win a pellet grill from Yoder Smokers.
Taking a live look at the New Holland Pavilions this morning here at World Dairy Expo. Our dairy cattle shows got underway this morning at 7:30. It's time for this morning's market report coming from David Jones of Jones Farms Dairy in Stevenson, California. David, over to you.
Thank you, Kristen. Wednesday's trading saw positive movement despite the dip that we saw in the global dairy trade event held on Tuesday. During CME cash trading, barrels rose 4 cents to close at $1.73, and block cheese rose 2.5 cents based on the presence of bids, but no sales. After butter prices fell below $2.30 on Monday, buyers seemed to come back to the market. 22 loads of butter changed hands on Tuesday, and Wednesday's trade saw a modest price increase over fewer sales, 10 loads in total. Wednesday's closing price was $2.35.5 cents, up 2.5 cents from Tuesday. Non-fat dry milk saw a modest increase of 1/4 penny. Now, to give you an idea of where we are on product inventories, the most recent data available from the USDA releases the data from August. At that time, U.S. cold storage holdings of butter totaled 280.2 million pounds, down 9% from the previous month and down 12% from last year. Natural American cheese holdings total 800.5 million pounds, 4% less than the previous month, and 8% more than August 2016. Total natural cheese stocks were at 1.333 billion, and although we reduced inventory by 3% from July, we are still sitting at 7% more than August of last year. The next USDA inventory report will be released later this month on the 23rd. That's it for today's market report. I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you, Kristen.
Thanks, David. Milk and cookies, peanut butter and jelly, macaroni and cheese. Some things in life are just better as a pair. And quite possibly World Dairy Expo's match is grilled cheese sandwiches. We're joined this morning by the UW-Madison Cheese Stand Chairperson, Connor Willems. Connor, welcome and thanks for being here.
No, thank you for having me.
So Connor, tell us a little bit about the grilled cheese stand and the people behind the scenes that are making it happen. Which clubs does it support?
Yeah, so the grilled cheese stand supports both the Badger Dairy Club and the Collegiate Farm Bureau at University of Wisconsin-Madison. And it's been a staple at Expo for quite some time. And all the labor comes from our club members, right? So we're here starting Monday making grilled cheeses for both clubs, and the proceeds help the clubs do educational trips for the members and some advocacy events on campus to just educate consumers about agriculture and shed a positive light on it.
And as the chairperson, when did planning begin for the 2017 show?
Right, so the chair is a 2-year position. So obviously last year we have a coupon program, that's what the first year chair does. And then as in this role, it starts right away in January when we sign up for the exhibitor booth. And then you're right there going with trying to find sponsors for the products so we can keep those prices as low as possible. And that's really when it starts. So, you get a couple month break after, you can catch your breath, enjoy it, and then it's right back to planning.
And how do you source your products? Where are they coming from? Not only from the cheese itself, but obviously the butter and the bread and all of the other products that help to make it happen.
Right. So the 2 big donations we get actually are from AMPI. They donate the American and Swiss cheese. So that is just great every year. They've been doing that for quite some time now. And then Grassland Dairy Products actually donates 640 pounds of butter.
Wow.
That we will use up. We will use all the butter. There's not any left over there. It's really helpful for them too. The bread we source from a local bakery in town. They deliver about 400 loaves a day. So it's quite a bit of bread. And then other products we order from a food service like the Shake Mix. And then we have 2 main sponsors, Micah Gin and SCR. And they kind of help facilitate some of the paper products. So the sleeves you see in there, the cups, all that product has to be sourced there, and that all starts there. So they help a ton with that.
And you have specialty flavors too with some of the local cheesemakers in the state of Wisconsin, correct?
Yes, so about 3 years ago we started kind of shedding a light on some of the great cheesemakers we have in this state. So each day there is a different specialty cheese made by a master cheeseman in the state. Today's flavor is pesto havarti, kind of an Italian one. Monday, we had buffalo wing yesterday, so that was Tuesday's flavor. And tomorrow is going to be a smoked Gouda, and Saturday is going to be an all Wisconsin sandwich of Kobe and brick. And then the first one was tomato basil as well. So a lot of great variety, and it kind of spices it up from the traditional Swiss and American.
Is there a favorite flavor, a fan favorite? Do you go through a specific kind more than others?
Yeah, so the American's definitely our best seller. We'll sell that one more than anything. But depending on the specialty cheese, that can keep right up there with American if people like it enough.
So what's the secret to success? Walk us through the project of what it's looking like behind the counter with all of your club students involved.
Right. Yeah, so I mean, the first thing is just having enough labor to run that stand. If we have 16 people in there, we can usually keep that line moving pretty fast. You can see it from the globe, and I've heard people say from the globe to the front of the line is 15 minutes or less. So that's pretty fast. We start at the back. We have bread melting in a iron or electric skillet or butter, and then so we butter the bread back there. That goes onto a griddle. They put 2 slices of the cheese on there and another piece of bread. They grill it, flip it, head it over to a sandwich packing station. They put it in the sleeve and transfer it to Nesco's, where if it's not busy, they can stay warm, but usually they don't stay in there very long. It goes in and out. So that's the process. And then we have about 6 or 7 people up front getting milkshakes and distributing sandwiches to our customers.
Wow, and how many will you go through this year, do you think?
Yeah, so last year we were just shy of 30,000, and I think we'll do about 30,000 grilled cheese sandwiches again this year. We're on pace for that so far, and about 13,000 milkshakes throughout the event. So quite a bit of product flowing through the stand.
Wow, well thanks a lot, Connor, appreciate it.
Yeah.
I know you have a lot of activities going here at World Dairy Expo, so good luck, and we look forward to more flavors throughout the weekend.
Thank you.
Still to come, we'll take a look at yesterday's herdsmanship winners and a peek at the day ahead. You're watching WXPO News.
The latest innovation is the Magellan Active Alley Flooring. The Magellan rubber flooring is an innovative solution for drainage and removal of the liquids in the alleys. The future lies in understanding animal needs. Innovation is dedicated to solutions and to the profitability of cattle rearing.
The future of dairy health is here with a new portfolio that's more comprehensive than ever. Proven products like Bovacalc, Polymast, Today, Zactran, and Epronex. Stop by Beringer Ingelheim, booths 2806 to 2809 to get your free Epronex beanie while supplies last. And don't forget to enter for your chance to win a pellet grill from Yoder Smokers.
Welcome back. You're taking a look at a live view from the New Holland Pavilions here at World Dairy Expo. We kicked off the cattle shows bright and early at 7:30 this morning, and they'll run all afternoon. Yesterday, the Borchert family of Family Affair Farm in Caledonia, Wisconsin were awarded the Wednesday Herdsmanship Award presented by Select Sires Incorporated. You can find their exhibit in Pavilion 2 North, Aisle 10. Certainly another impressive display. Finally, we leave you with this morning's shout out, this time from Taylor P. She shared a photo of Miss Madison and said, "Much love for Miss Madison and the dairy industry. Hashtag WDE 2017. If you want to be featured in the social shout out, post your photos to our social media pages using that same hashtag. That's all the time we have on this episode of WXPO News. Thanks for tuning in, and be sure to join us again right here this afternoon for WXPO News at 4:30 as we share more results, stories, and moments right here on Expo 360.